making these fingers. So let's see. Right now this ends there. So I'm thinking I want this to be coming out to there. And then this will be a slightly shorter one. So if I draw a line just here, make it coincident with that. Make it for construction and parallel. And make these equal. Draw another line right here. It's going to be for construction and equal. Go ahead and just make the width of this nice and big. And we'll start it at 4. Work from there. And let's make these parallel as well. Lock that down. Select this chain. Do a linear pattern along this edge. 8 spacing. Alright, that about works. Lock that down. Remove this. So I can put in one more line. Excuse me. And make that equal. And I'm going to select all these if I can. Do a linear pattern going this way. And give it a little bit more space. A lot more space. And do a coincident there. I'm going to hide this so I can see the back of that. And go up to there. And then I need matching fingers on this panel. And I'm going to have to use the 3-point rectangle on this. So, coincident and a coincident. And make it nice and oversized. And I think I need 9 of these going along this way. Coincident. Oh, I guess I needed 10 of those. And then I will go this way. Alright, do some finger trimming. Trim this front panel. And trim the other side as well. $500. Cut through all backwards. And then trim these front ones there. And there we go. And again, these are going to need a lot of cleaning up, but it's a starting point. And let's see, gonna need them in the back as well. So there and there. And let's see, finger from the bottom. So we'll do a finger from the bottom. Although that's going to be problematic, I think, just because of the way those are. And I'm wondering if I should just have horizontal fingers and figure it out from there. Actually, you know what? I'll discard that. I'm going to do this one instead. Just skip the bottom finger. And I'll put in a line where it is, and put in another line I'll need in a minute. Make these for construction and equal. Make these equal. Make these 4, 10. Select chain, linear, going this way. Spacing of 8. We need maybe 4. Looks about right. Need one more line here. Get rid of this dimension. This is for construction. And equal. And oh, this I need to get rid of. I need to put this on that. And I shouldn't have deleted that 10, but we can get it back real quick. Alright. And I'll extrude up to the other side of this panel. And then I can just make some matching fingers here. So, gonna go there to there, there to there, there to there, and go here to here. And then this is not going to be quite a rectangle. So that coincident, make that coincident, make that parallel, go coincident, and coincident, and I think that lines up. Coincident and coincident. And then this up here will have to be going to there. And we may need to do some fine tuning on this, to say the least. And just make that perpendicular just so it's locked down. Make these all equal. And make them equal to that as well. And coincident, coincident, coincident. Alright. Make a line going up here. Make this perpendicular and for construction. Select these, mirror them across. And go up to the other side of this panel. Alright. Let's trim these down. And I'll trim this side down too. Doesn't really matter where I base this because it's way bigger than I need. And go on the back as well. Alright, so it's basically set. And I need fingers on the top here. And thinking, might need to do a little bit of fine tuning here early. So I've got that. Then I'm going to take a circle here, make it 500. And do an extrude cut through all, applying only this one piece. And do the same thing over here. Through all. Alright. Those are at 90 degrees now. So this is cutting into that, or you could say that this is cutting into that. I don't want to cut this back, so I'd have to cut this back. Alright. So let's say I sketch here. I just convert this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Extrude cut through all. And cut that little top bit off as well. Hit save before I forget too much. Down here, I also need to cut that off. Alright. Let's do an interference check just between this and this. So there's still an interference there. Alright. Fair enough. Let's convert these. Oh, I don't want that. Convert these. And since this is the back panel, I will mirror those as well. Alright, let's try that interference detection again. Alright, we're good. And I have a cat on the table. Alright. Let's see. Then we're going to need teeth along this edge, which now we actually have the edge we want there anyway. And it looks like we pretty much have it there as well. So draw this in. It's going to be 10. And it's going to be 4 this way. At least it's a starting point. Draw that in. Draw that in. And I'll draw in one over here as well. These are 3 are going to be for construction and equal. And these are going to be equal as well. Select this chain, do a linear pattern, follow this edge, spacing of 8, start with 20 maybe. That's about perfect actually. Do a coincident there, remove this dimension, and get this out of the way so I can grab the point. Those are all locked down. Go up to the other side of this panel. So those are set. Got a hidden panel up here. Let's sketch on that. And just pick a point if I can. That'll work. Doesn't really matter where it is. Let's see, this is 500. And use this to cut off the top of those fingers. So it's a little bit easier to work here. And then, let's see. First we're going to need something kind of odd shaped. So we need that, and then we'll go this way and come back like that. So this will be coincident with that. And this will be collinear with that. And this will be collinear with that. And this will be collinear with that. I think that works. And not sure I need it to be longer, but I'm going to trim this anyway for other things, so might as well go longer. Parallel, parallel, and just make all these equal. And then I'll lock it down. And draw a rectangle. It's going to be coincident. And it's going to be coincident. And sure, 15, doesn't really matter. It's all going to get lopped off anyway. So I'm going to select this chain, do a linear pattern along this axis. And 20 we'll start with. Might need to be 19, might need to be 21. We'll see. Alright, so that should have been 19. And then we need this front set up. So something like that. Nope. I have to draw in a custom shape. Something like that. Coincident. Coincident. These perpendicular and equal. That. I'll just make this collinear and I'll cut it off later. So that's fully defined. But we need to have that on both sides. So I'm going to mirror that. Oh, that's no good. I must have had a construction line in there somewhere. Alright, let's go just from there to there. Doesn't really matter because I'm going to constrain it to that. And I'm going to select everything. I'm going to mirror around that. And I'll hide this back panel and extrude up to the other side. And then I can trim back. And trim back again. Oh, just one through all. Going that way. And let me see all my pieces again. So I got teeth along that edge. Got those parts of the teeth along that edge. And I've got teeth in the back, and the front. Gotta delete this body so I'm not worried about it. And right. Then I need to start dealing with these intersections that I have for basically everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some things in folders just to simplify this tree a little bit. I'm gonna mirror this to the other side. And let's see, just start doing converts and cuts. And no need to convert that, it looks like. But these ones will have to be converted and cut. And there's a few of them. So let's do it through all, only on that. All right, it looks like we still have interference there, so we need to convert those. And go through all, only in that panel. All right. Looks like that's cutting into it as well. All right. And these don't seem to be cutting into each other. This is okay, that's okay. These are, oh, that's a little bit problematic. I can trim those off. And there'll probably be another one on the other side. Yep. And make those equal. Make those nice and big so I can cut off. All right, those and those. And let's see, that's interfering. Those are already trimmed. So let's convert these entities here. All only applying to this. Let's hit save and double check, see where else I've got interferences. Oh, all right, I'm actually out of interferences. And just double check where all the corners are, make sure it looks at least halfway okay in those corners. And I think it looks fine. Let's see, let's show these, let's hide these bodies, show these surface bodies. I want to keep this one for now, but the rest of them can go. And bring these back. And yeah, it's going to have to be a little bit goosed for that, but that's okay. I could actually make it a little bit wider than what I designed, but if I have to. And right. So just looking and seeing, like this panel actually cuts through there. So that's not ideal. This panel I think is right on it, but the side panels cut through that. So those will need to be trimmed back as well. And I'll just extend this line by making it parallel and equal. And I'll use that to do a split on this body. I'll just hide this one, that way I know the other one is going away. And let's hide everything but that. If I normal to this, I don't see any undercuts, so let's normal to this side. And we got a little problem right there. So let's convert this, make a circle around it, do an extrude cut on that. And go ahead and just mirror that so I don't have to do the same thing on the other side. Delete the old one. Alright, and then if I show this plane again, I don't think that's actually cutting through. If I go normal distance is 0, so that's fine. Alright, so then I need to make a piece on that plane. And I can hide this. And I want this to be actually outside of all of these, so that this can just kind of drop into holes in the base plate, which the base plate is what I'm drawing right now. And make those parallel, make those parallel, make these parallel, and make these parallel, and equal safe distance, and equal safe distance, and equal safe distance, and equal safe distance. So how wide's that now? 187. I think that I'm still inside my my maximum size. I think I should still be okay. And then we want to extrude that up. Equals material thickness, going the other way. Alright. So then I need some teeth in this surface, or this plane. And looks like I can go right to the side on this front panel. And do a line here that's for construction and equal. Select this chain, do a linear pattern following this edge, spacing of 8 and maybe 20, maybe more. Uh, 22. And go coincident over here. Then remove this dimension. And if I zoom in, get that out of the way, I can do a coincident there. Those are locked down. this up to surface like that, and I want to merge, and then I'm going to go ahead and reuse the sketch for a cut. Go up to surface like that and apply to this. And whoops, let's undo that. Let's undo this. And I'm actually going to roll back to before I made those fingers, because this panel needs a little bit of a modification here. So let's hide everything else, show that, sketch, convert, and make a circle. And when I roll it forward, that sketch is going to be broken, but that's okay, I can fix it. So just delete my two bad relations here. And go coincident. Really? Alright. Let's try coincident with that, maybe. And then parallel. Alright. And let's say we make this 4. That works, 4. And then delete that dimension. And grab that, coincident. Alright. So that fixes that problem. And then now I can reuse this sketch and say I want to go up to this surface, but only applying to this. And I'll go down here, trim off the fingers in the ways that I don't need. And hide the other bodies. If I go normal 2, try normal 2 the other way. Alright. So, and since this is starting to get kind of highly detailed here, this face with all the fingers, so I'm going to actually just draw on a rectangle to save it a little bit of processing. And use that to cut it. So there we are. And that's looks like it's right on. But I need to do that as well. So let's normal to this. Let's do a sketch on it. Convert all the inner. Do an extrude cut through all. Probably have to do the other side as well. Yep. So convert all those. Do an extrude cut through all. And I might have just lost a lot of material thickness here. Yeah, I'm down to under 2 millimeters. That's a problem. Yeah, that's a real problem. Ooh. So let's say we go back to this original sketch. And how can we deal with that? Right. Say we go from here to here, and it's going to be collinear and equal. Then I'm going to say this is fixed. This is no longer collinear, which is fine. It's also no longer equal. That's fine. And I'm just going to fix that. And going to do the same thing over here. So going to go collinear and equal, and then it's going to be fixed, and it's going to be fixed, and I'm going to remove the collinear and the equal. Right, and then make a line here and a line here. Make these parallel and equal. Make these parallel and equal. And let's see. Want just a couple more millimeters to work with. So let's see, 2.5 maybe. Really? There's no way. Oh, it resized everything. Piece of junk. Thought I disabled that. So let's draw these in. I put a dimension here. Yes, fine. Put another dimension just so it doesn't resize everything on me. So collinear equal. Collinear equal. I'm going to say these are fixed and the endpoints are fixed. And I'm going to remove the collinear and the equal from both. Draw in. These parallel equal. Parallel equal. And this time, hopefully it doesn't resize the whole freaking sketch for no good reason when I thought I turned that off. Alright, got those locked down. So now, got that. So if I go, say, I want the plane that's, well, let's just say I put this point here. And I remove the midpoint constraint. And then I just fix it in place. And I want to move, actually, I want these to be 2.5. And I'm going to take a line like this, and it's going to be parallel with my Z. Parallel. And it's going to be, that's going to be coincident on, or on plane. Or maybe perpendicular. That works too. And that's also going to be a 2.5. So make that fixed, make that fixed, and then just start removing these relations, perpendicular and distance, and everything is just fixed. Good. All right. So need to start removing these fixed. And just keep removing fixed until I start getting some blue. And that midpoint. And so I want this to be parallel. And I want this to be midpoint. So that's locked down again. So this also needs to be unfixed. So the endpoints will be moved to there. But these also need to be unfixed then. So move the endpoint there. If I can. Okay, points cannot be merged. Why not? It says it's on plane, but the plane was created from it. That's annoying. What if I delete the on plane relationship? Let's see. So then I can do a coincident there. Or not. It is just not happy at all that I am doing this to it. And that's too bad, because I want to. Alright. What else can we do? So, I really can't do much inside of there, can I? Let's see if we can get a little bit of material back at all. Well, we can get a little bit back here. I might not have as much as I'd like, but at this point going back and changing all that's going to be possibly more trouble than it's worth. So at this point, 2.5, which is definitely on the thin side. I'd like to have more than that, but I think it should be okay, because basically the only force on this is going to be me pressing inwards, so that won't affect that. And I never even put the circle in the bottom of it. So I guess I could work from there too, and just move that breadboard forward a little bit. So actually, it might be okay here. Coincident, and I want to go from there to there. This is going to be 4. And I'll extrude up to here. And let's see, if I put a fillet on this of 4, it's not going to want to do it all the way around, so I'll have to do it manually. Tangent. Tangent. Let's see how 4 looks. Looks good. Draw a couple lines. Do a coincident and a coincident. Select this chain. And I want to mirror across my X. Do an extrude cut through all. Only at the bottom piece. Alright. And then this back one is a little bit easier for me to work with. I can just use the fillet tool. Alright. So that's starting to actually sort of kind of come together. And let me go ahead and throw that that access port hole in the bottom. For construction, perpendicular. The hole is 30 across. And it's 96 from the front. Extruded cut through all, only on this. And alright, let's go back to here. It's probably going to have all sorts of problems. Or maybe not, maybe not. So let's edit this and then hide this top cover and see how this looks. So as it is, it's actually, and the holes each etched forward a little bit. But that's not a big problem. This is inset a little bit, but when I'm assembling it, I can just slide that backwards a little bit more because I left room there. So yeah, that actually seems to have worked out. Let's hide the side panel. See how the buttons are. So I've got room there. Everything looks to be okay, amazingly. So let's show everything again. Don't need this bottom plane anymore. Let's do a save. Throw a bunch of stuff in the folder again. And let's see, we have teeth on the outside here. So I should have teeth on the outside here as well. And 4. Select this chain. Do a linear pattern following this. 8 and maybe 5 of them or 7 of them. 7 about works. Coincident. Get rid of this dimension. Draw in a line. It's going to be for construction. And it's going to be equal. And it's going to extrude up to the other side. Alright. And actually, since this is perpendicular, that's nice and easy. Don't need to do a double step, because let's see if I go there and there, angle 90 degrees. Alright, and let's reuse this sketch. Well, first hide this. Let's reuse this sketch for a cut. Up to the other side. Apply to this. So that's set. Now I just need the teeth in the bottoms of the sides. And at that point, it's a matter of cleanup, pretty much. So, want an open space and then the tooth. And on this end, I want an open space and then the tooth. Make that for construction. Make that equal. I need one more of these for construction and equal. This is not at a 90-degree angle, so it needs to be oversized so I can trim it. And I'll start with 4, work from there. Select this chain, do a linear pattern along this way. Spacing of 8, 2, 25. Looks about right. And so you're gonna go from there to there. Make this for construction and equal. Need to remove this 4. And I've got this there. Grab this, coincident. It's locked down. So I can do an extruded boss up to the other side of this panel. And I'll show this so that I can draw on it, so that I can draw a circle. And do an extruded cut through all, going the other way, only applying to this. And then I hide everything else. It's normal to this. And yeah, we need to do a little bit of a trim job there. There, go there. Through all. So that's good. Normal to this one. That's good. And this is the one we're working on, which means this one needs to go away so that I can mirror that again. All right. Then I just need the matching holes right there in this piece. So let's sketch on this. I'll hide this piece again real quick and make a 3-point rectangle. Actually, there and there, and do a coincident there, and say that is my midpoint, and set this to 20. Doesn't matter much. Select chain, linear pattern, going this way. And I forget if it was 25 or what, but I can adjust it afterwards. Alright, was 25. Good deal. And alright, I'm going to need this twice. So I'll do this as an extrude boss up to surface, not merging with anything. And let me show this. And I want to select all these boss 22s, mirror them about the X. And then I want to do a combine, subtract, do boss 22 and mirror 6. So those are all gone now. Hide this, normal to this. I'm gonna sketch, I'm gonna convert all my inner loops. Do an extruded cut through all. And I'll try the other side, just make sure everything's straight over there. It's not, so do that again. Okay, let's show everything again. And looks like we're tight there. We're not tight there though. So I'll need a rectangle to go in there. So coincident. And then all the way down. Coincident. And select that and say I want to mirror it like that. And let's go up to this surface. Alright, so I've got matching teeth everywhere. Gonna click save. Gonna do an interference detection. And make sure I don't have any interferences right now. None. Good deal. Then I have to go through all of these bodies just to double check that all the cuts are normal. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to convert and make a big circle. This one doesn't even have to be dimensioned because this sketch will probably fail, or this cut. And if it fails, then I know that that was a good setup. It didn't fail, which means I should lock this down somewhere. Doesn't really matter where. All right. So it cuts something off, which means something wasn't normal. So let's convert that again from the other side. And might as well mention it because I've got a feeling it might not be entirely normal, but we'll find out in a second here. So, okay, cut a little bit more off. I'm not exactly sure what it wasn't exactly normal, but it's done. And let's see here. Just keep repeating this for the various pieces. And convert it. And do a circle. Okay, so that everything is in line with normal, so it gives me a rebuild error when I do that. That's actually what I'm hoping for. And I'll try converting the back as well. All right, that's what I want. I know it's an error, but it's the error I'm looking for, because it means that there's nothing to remove as far as problems. So let's hide that, let's show that, and let's do a sketch on there, convert it, and just make a circle. And it failed. Good deal. We want it to fail. Let's try the other side. And only applying to this. Again, it failed. We want it to fail. If it doesn't fail, that's fine, because by making that feature, if we tried it again, then it would fail. So sketch on here, convert, and there, why not? Let's see, it failed, good deal. Let's try the other side. Cut through there. All right, good deal. That's what we want. And so then that's going to be the same because it comes after it, which means, and it's a mirror. So those two can go in the folder and get hidden. And let's show this one. And convert it. And make a circle. I'm almost certain this one will fail, but we'll just double check. Okay, good deal. Try the other side. Okay, good deal. And then, so all the outsides are good. Then we need to do check the insides as well. So extrude cut through all, only applying to this. Good deal, we want it to fail. And I'll try the other side as well. Okay, beautiful. So that's set. And I'll do this test here. I know those are normal. Those are drawn normal, so that's no problem there. This doesn't have any inside ones at all. That I know is normal. And these don't have inside ones. So let's delete this subfolder and show all my bodies. And I'll just throw everything into a folder. Hit save. All right, so I've got my basic setup here. This cutout is actually not going to be a cutout, but it's handy for working right now. Let's delete this folder and this folder. And somewhere we've got a sketch, but it's so lost to time at this point that it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So I'm just going to open this part and go back to the shell. I'm going to say insert part, this display, yep. Yeah, sure. All right, and then there's a whole bunch of parts to this part, because all that stuff. So I'm just gonna select all those and say I want to combine them. And also that. All right, then I can move this into position. Actually, first I want to hide this. So this face goes with that. And if I can see it, I think this face goes with that. And then I believe this face goes with that. And okay. So that gives me an idea of where my actual display is going to be. And I can draw in rectangle, which, yeah, I did have a, oh yeah, I think I did have something drawn, but I almost certainly deleted that, so that's fine. So let's draw in, basically I'm going to skip 2 and then have 2, skip 2 and have 2, and then the end ones are just skipped. And lock these down. And lock that down. Is that what I want? Doesn't look like what I want. Yeah, it is though. Let's go normal to this. Yeah, that's just what I want. Thanks, SolidWorks. All right. So this, and this are collinear and equal. And then I just need to remove the horizontal constraints from those. And do a coincident there. Those are all locked down. All right. Then got two rectangles there. I have two rectangles here. Gonna go midpoint to midpoint. And just go across, why not? And to there. And go from there to there, to the midpoint, go across, and go to another midpoint. So these are going to be collinear and equal. And these are all going to be parallel, which might have messed things up just a bit. Yep, it sure did. So these, I think it's safe to make those parallel at least. And make those parallel. And make those parallel. And I think that gets everything set. Gonna set these to be equal. And I'll go coincident. And I'll go coincident. And I'll just make those equal. Equal. And let's see, these are going to be 4.5 if I can get away with it. It's going to be space of 2. And these are going to be 1.5 apart. Which in theory these should be 2, but probably not anymore since all the modifications. And I want equal spacing, so I'll just draw in a line there and say those are parallel and equal. So that gets locked down. And it's gonna be equal as well. And those are already equal. So yeah, the only control I really have left is how wide these are. And I can address that by saying that's coincident, that's parallel, draw in another rectangle, that's going to be at the midpoint, and get rid of this horizontal so I can do a collinear equal. And don't need much space between them, just maybe like a 1.5. And real quick, let's set my document font because I'm going to do a bunch of typing in the same font. So it's going to be a 4.5. Come on, there we go. And forget the name of this font. So just have to scroll up until I find it. Might be it. I think that's it. Let's see. Let's try it out. Okay, that's enough. That's good. Cancel that. Let's go back here. And display layout right there. So say, let's select this chain, and this chain, and this chain. I want to do a linear pattern of 5 going the other way, and do a coincident with that. And good deal. So AA is cold tank. Let's center that. And down here is warm tank. Then CC is from chill. From, I believe this is DD would be from laser. And putting a Z in something always makes it sound cooler. And let's see, don't have room to write out ambient. Just abbreviated, I guess. And dew point. And then GG is flow. And HH is chiller. Nope, that's too long. So on/off. And same deal. 0/1. And then over, not even remotely enough room to write override. So that'll have to do. Okay, so I'm going to select all this, make it for construction. The text stays for not for construction, no matter what you do. And point 1, just a slight cut. And all right. And I'm also gonna need something from this sketch, so I might as well make it now. I don't need it yet, but I can make it now and use it later. So I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna take that. Actually, no, just the outer ones. Come on, let me select. Okay, make those for construction. I'm gonna offset them by 1. And then I'm gonna take and make this coincident there, and this coincident there. I'm gonna select the chain for construction, offset this one by 2, because that way I can put a fillet of 1 on its corners. All right. And let's see. go ahead and figure out where the other buttons are going to be. So say I convert that. Actually, I don't need to convert that. I don't need to offset that. And I want to be equals safe distance. I might as well make it 5, I suppose. Or even 6. That works. And then I can take a circle, and make these all horizontal. Make these equal. Make these tangent. And make these for construction. So then I can make these for construction as well. Actually, no, I'll leave those as they are. Do some triple duty out of this sketch. I'm just going to offset those by 1 as well. And I'm going to offset that by 1. Alright, so I'm getting lots of duty out of this sketch. That's fine. So I want extruded surface. Should have a whole bunch of surfaces. Or maybe I won't, because I have surfaces inside of surfaces. So let's get rid of those. Then maybe I can get away with it. Really? Maybe that's just not long enough for me to actually see them. Okay. And I'll make it a mid-plane one. I might use these for trimming later. But I'm just making them now because it's convenient. And I'll hide this sketch. Done with that. Show this sketch so I can convert these two. And I'm going to do an extrude cut through all, applying only to this. So now I've got my buttonholes. And I've got some pieces that I'm going to put graphics on the front of this. But I want to not have graphics on top of my text or on top of my display or on top of my buttons. So I'm just made these so that I can trim those graphics away later. I'll hide those for now. And then we go to the back. Save again. Go back here. And I'm going to hide this. And hide this. So on the left I've got green, on the right I've got black, which that's so that you put it in the program in the right way. Otherwise you could put it in upside down, and that would cause problems because you'd put voltage to your RX pin. So green to the left, black to the right. Right, make these equal. Make these equal. And I want to make these 4.5 tall. And draw a line from there to there, there to there. And those are equal, and those are parallel. And don't need a whole lot of room there, just maybe like 1 millimeter, is enough. And go in like that. Go in like that. See if I actually have room for the whole word. I think I might. But it's tight. I'd prefer to just leave it as the abbreviations. And I'll just put a dimension here of, it doesn't really matter. And since I've got plenty of room, go like that. All right. Make these all for construction. Do an extruded cut. That. And again, I'm going to do make the surfaces for later in advance. So there to there, there to there. Make that coincident. Get rid of that horizontal so I can make this a collinear and an equal at the same time. Apparently it didn't grab. It's fine. Do a coincident there. And these for construction and offset them by 1. Yep, that'll work, I think. Actually, because that's not actually, like, that's right on, but that's not. But yeah, I'll leave it as it is anyway. So offset by 1, do a surface that's 30 and midplane. All right, so more surfaces that I can trim with later or split with. Hide this. So I've got that, I've got that. The essentials are done. All the text as I want it, I think. I do want some arrows for the directional buttons though. So I'm gonna go some center, to center, to center, and out, and out. And make these parallel and equal. And make them all for construction. Gonna make a polygon with 3 sides, aka a triangle. Make those equal. Make these parallel. Make these perpendicular. And let's see if I go from here to here, make that for construction and tangent. I think that kind of works. Looks about right, I think, anyway. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So extrude cut, 0.1, just into this. Offset both of these by 1. That's good. Really? Sketch. I'm going to offset that. I'm going to offset that. And I'll make another surface out of those. Go midplane. And okay. Just another surface I can use to trim later on. Alright, so happy with that, happy with that. So basically all these pieces are going to be epoxied together. along with this, and just kind of drop on. So let me see about spacing, because yeah, it looks like I've got a lot of headroom above that. All right, now think about how I want to at least orientate this while I'm gluing it. So yeah, I'll pause for a little bit and be back in a few.